Chainlink update going into the weekend. We want to watch the weekly close, but first, let's start in the lower time frame, the daily chart, to see where we need to be holding. Well, how about the 382 at 1222 right here? That's where we've hit all the way back in April. We've hit it multiple times in July, and now here we are again in August. So let's zoom in here. We are red on the Gaussian channel, as you see, so a little bit more bearish by definition. You can see our wick up underside retest of the 100 week in the blue, the 100 day EMA, because we're on the daily math, 200 day in the pink, and then we have our median Gaussian channel all right there. That acts as like a triple barrier. Very hard to get through, and we didn't do it, right? So suffrage a little bit of Bitcoin, right? Whatever altcoins suffer, it's likely because of Bitcoin, right? And so Link's down about 6% today. Bitcoin's down a little bit. Why are altcoins struggling against Bitcoin? Bitcoin dominance is so high. Continuing up as we speak, almost 57%, likely going to around the 58-60%. We can touch on that in a minute, if I remember. So the 382, that's where we are, right? You can see on Chainlink. So we need to hold that as we have in the past. What if we don't? I'm glad you asked. Well, the next level below us is at 864. Could we potentially hit all the way down there? I don't think so. We could. That is the next logical level, right? Where previous swing highs all the way back in a year ago, April 2023, October 2023. It would seemingly like that's the level, but the higher time frames suggest maybe a little bit of bigger support before that. So where is it? I'm glad you asked. Let's go to the 5-day Gaussian channel. We'll zoom out again. Again, these levels don't change. Again, rejection off of all the moving averages. Let's zoom in here. And the median Gaussian channel, once, 2 candles, 3 candles, 4 candles there. And now we're seeing a result of that from our high wick a couple weeks ago. We were down 22%. Chainlink's not different than any other altcoin. They're all down. But what's the difference here? We need to be closing. This candle closes today. This 5-day candle closes today in 8 hours. We would like to be closing above the 200 EMA here. So that number is 1244. So we need a little bit of a rally here. We'll see if we can get it. 1244 for the 200 and 1222 for the 382 Fibonacci. The lower part of the Gaussian channel, as we can see right down here, 1155, where we hit a handful of weeks ago, July 4th. We'll see if we can hold that again. So that is another bigger area of support. As long as we can close above the 200, we're A-okay. Let's go to the weekly. And speaking of 200, that's where we draw the line. We should not be closing in a bull market below the 200-week EMA on any chart, any coin. So Chainlink, Ethereum, whatever your favorite shitcoin is, going under the 200-week is overly bearish. We don't want to do that. Closing, right? If we can go down there, no problem, like we did back in July, with that low being $11, $11.04. So as of right now, about the same damn price, $11.28, a little bit higher. Okay, so we want to hold that line. If we go down further, that's a huge, huge level, and we want to be holding. Ideally, right, you can see what these wicks are right here, the median Gaussian channel on the weekly, that's where you want to be holding, right? You can see, why are we turning red here? This is the first kind of filled red candle, because on the Gaussian channel, you're more bearish by definition if you close in this lower part versus the higher part. So we need to avoid that at all costs on the weekly chart. This closes Sunday. So we're watching this going into the weekly close. One of the most important weekly closes since the last week, or the couple weeks before that, or the week before that. But we avoided it. All 3 tests. So again, we need to go 4 for 4 here at Sunday close. 2 days, 8 hours. Depending on when you watch this, pay attention, right? What is the number? 1260, right? You can see on the, right over here. Over here, we're looking at 1260. That's the median line. The high line, 1582, that would be great. That's where things turn really bullish again. That gets you above the 5 on the fib, 1617. Gets you above the Gaussian channel, gets you back above all these moving averages. Chainlink's ready for blue skies and flannel once we get above there. Until then, we're working. We're battling. We got our work shirts on. It's not flannel. Flannel's reserved for good times. Back there. It's on the floor. We'll get it back. I had it on last video. We got to take it off when we get red candles, okay? We need this back. Hold the line. 1260. There's no other level you need to be worried about. 1260. That's the level. If we close under that, high probability of a test of the 200 week at 1128. And we don't even want to think about that lower Gaussian channel. We're not even going to mention it because it's below double digits. Okay, so get it out of your head. The monthly, surprise, surprise, we have a bigger support level. As you go up in time, the levels become more concrete. And the median Gaussian channel on the monthly, 1191 as of right now. The 382 is still right there. We're at bigly support here. I like our chances of holding. The monthly median Gaussian is a monumental, concrete, diamond floor. We break through that, there's some issues. We shouldn't be doing that. I don't think we will. The 1618, look at where we rejected right at the top of the Gaussian and the 16 and the 618. Again, we just make some headway, get it back above here. I would say like $14. We can start to get some traction back the other way for the bulls. On the monthly chart, it gets us back above all the moving averages. Good things, right? Early in August, we got a long ways to go for the monthly. We want to see altcoins do very well, and we're just not there yet, right? Suffering because of Bitcoin dominance, as promised. Let's go look at that real quick. Bitcoin dominance, look at our previous low all the way back in 2020. Why wouldn't we hit that? Of course we would. It seems inevitable. Top of the Gaussian channel on the monthly, 58%. Swing low, August 2020, 58%. Seems like it's going to go there. A little bit more bullish by definition on the monthly. Let's go look at the weekly. Same levels, right? Similar vibes. Look at all these touch points. All the moving averages moving up. I would say we're going to go there before going lower. Why is this important? Well, if you want an alt season, Bitcoin dominance can't be going up. That's money flowing into Bitcoin. We need flowing out of Bitcoin. We need red. What does that look like? Just anything. I mean, literally anything. Just give me one of those candles like that, and alts will start to skyrocket. We're looking for sustainable moves like that. Sustainable moves like that. I mean, when was the best time that alts had? This whole bull run? It was during this bullshit. Right here. That was like nothing. That was just like a chop fest. And coins were 5-10xing. Imagine one of these. So keep this in your silver lining playbook. If you're depressed and sad and, you know, playing Russian roulette right now, once this comes, Valhalla, right? We're just waiting for that. Likely going to take some more patience, probably through August. Probably looking at late Q3, early Q4 for our alt season. Don't fret. All right, quote and card of the day to save your soul. Let's get to it. And this is pretty relevant right now. Remember that happiness is a way of travel, not a destination. If you're waiting on money or a certain situation, husband, wife, something in your life to change before you're happy, you'll never be happy in the long term. You've got to do it along the way. You've got to be happy on a day-to-day basis. And until you get that, your life's going to be rough, right? You got to be happy on a day-to-day basis. If you're not, look at why not? And start to focus on those little levels. Little things can start to really shift you in the right direction. All right. Card of the day. Any guesses? If you said McLaren, you're right. Any model? If you get the model without me telling you, I'm very impressed. And don't look down here. It's the 600 LT. Anybody got that? Kudos. You're definitely a car person if you got that one. There's obviously you got to have the doors up. 600 LT is one of the slightly newer models, and it looks very similar to the 570S, if you're wondering. But what's the difference? Look at this exhaust. And the rear. I mean, damn, this is slightly modified. They don't all look like this, but this is pretty epic. So I had to put it up here. And the exhaust is right here. It doesn't go out the back. One of the few McLaren models that the exhaust comes out the top of the back. They call this the marshmallow roaster. And there's actual videos on YouTube of people roasting marshmallows. I don't think they taste very well, but if I ever happen to pick one of these up, you can bet your ass the first thing I'm doing is roasting marshmallows in my Chainlink Blue 600 LT. Actually have this exact car right there. That color, everything. 600 LT in the blue, right in the middle. So yeah, I do like it. There's that. Car of the day. Week, month, year. Orange brakes. Not quite Chainlink blue, but we can go with it. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.